One of the most shocking moments in The Matrix was when Smith killed Neo. The agent shot him multiple times, ensuring he was dead, but something unexpected happened. Trinity confessed to Neo, she kissed him, and a miracle happened. Neo revived. Was this a true miracle, or was it part of the Oracle's plan? Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
At first, Neo's resurrection was written off as another movie miracle. Trinity's kiss somehow awakened Neo, like in the fairy tales. But after the Matrix sequels, we began to doubt this supposed miracle. First, the Oracle prophesied that Trinity would fall in love with a dead man who would be the one.
The Oracle told me that I would fall in love in the dead man.
Then she prophesied that Neo is waiting for something.
But it looks like you're waiting for something.
What?
Your next life, maybe. Who knows?
Therefore, the first thing we must comprehend is that the Oracle not only knew that Neo was the one, but that she had already prophesied that Trinity would fall in love with him long before he was found and freed from the Matrix. The prophet also made sure that Trinity would not fall in love with anyone else. Looking closely at the first half of the Matrix, Neo didn't seem romantically attracted to Trinity, but then the Oracle gives Neo a hint.
I can see why she likes you.
Who?
Not too bright, though.
It wasn't until after Neo ate one of the Oracle's cookies that the Neo and Trinity relationship began. This leads us to believe that the infatuation between these two was programmed into Neo through that cookie. We've discussed this in previous videos, and we have sufficient reason to believe it. Neo's predecessors were programmed to create a bond with humanity, facilitating and ensuring their return to the source.
Your 5 predecessors were, by design, based on a similar predication, a contingent affirmation that was meant to create a profound attachment to the rest of your species, facilitating the function of the One.
In Neo's case, this bond was developed towards one specific person.
While the others experienced this in a very general way, your experience is far more specific, vis-a-vis love.
Trinity.
Understand that the architect mentions that the previous ones were programmed with the similar predication of love, which is what Neo felt for Trinity. The previous ones were programmed to feel love for humanity so that they would choose to save them. But in Neo's case, he felt a stronger love for Trinity. If love was programmed in the 5 previous ones before Neo, why then do we believe that Neo's love for Trinity is real and not the result of the Oracle or the architect's plans? When Neo meets the Oracle for the first time, she warns him about the vase.
What's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything?
This reveals something important about the Oracle, and that is, she not only predicts future events, but she also causes them to happen. If the Oracle hadn't told Neo about the vase, he wouldn't have broken it. If she hadn't hinted that Trinity liked him, Neo wouldn't have fallen in love with her. The Oracle had also deliberately sabotaged the man who fell in love with Trinity, like Ghost.
You asked me one question, if she would ever love you. I told you only as a friend, as her brother.
So let's recap. The Oracle told Trinity that she will fall in love with the One. She purposely told every man that developed feelings for Trinity that she would not love them back, crushing their hopes of a relationship with her. And she indirectly told Neo that Trinity liked him. After analyzing the Oracle's actions, it is quite evident that she had everything planned. It doesn't make sense for the Oracle to inform or instruct the Red Pills about how to fight the machines, to then tell Trinity a love prophecy. Looking at everything objectively, we know that the love between Neo and Trinity was foreordained by the Oracle. This brings us to the initial question. If Neo and Trinity's love was the result of a programmed predication originally intended to manipulate Neo into choosing Zion and restart the Matrix, then how did that love bring Neo back from the dead? If everything was the result of the machines and Neo never made a choice, then it would have been a miracle. Trinity may have been manipulated by the Oracle. She could have added a special code inside Trinity that would activate once she kissed Neo. This is how Neo revived. It wasn't a miracle. Trinity is simply restarting Neo like a computer. Once he was restarted, the anomaly's code was activated. In the video game Matrix Online, the idea that Trinity and Neo were both the results of a study conducted by the machines was elaborated. According to the Matrix Online fandom wiki page, and I quote, "Biological interface program was a remnant of the Red Pill operative, Trinity, who was Neo's love and the assistant of Morpheus. Despite having died during the third film, Trinity made a return to the series in the official continuation, The Matrix Online. Taking on a major role in the game's final chapter, it was revealed that both she and Neo were the culmination of decades of machine research into translating human DNA perfectly into machine code, allowing them to interface directly with technology without the need for simulated interfaces. Originally developed by the Oracle, this program was called the Biological Interface Program and was strongly sought after by the oligarchy as the means to transfer their digital minds to physical bodies instead of the mechanical androids they had developed. Trinity takes the appearance of a floating figure made of golden code within the Matrix. Initially distraught with her condition, confusion, anger, and sadness being the prominent emotions expressed during her awakening, she eventually finds solace in the fact her existence is key to finally rebooting the Matrix and erasing the oligarch override control once and for all. She ultimately meets her end in the source of the Matrix." End quote. As of this video, The Matrix Online is still considered canon to the Matrix lore. So if true, we may have confirmation that everything was part of the Oracle's plan from the start, and the relationship between Neo and Trinity is far more complicated than them being a simple couple. They are part of a larger scheme. Even if we disown The Matrix Online, we still have enough justification to believe that the Oracle manipulated the couple into falling in love and possibly installed a program in Trinity to use it in restarting Neo when he dies inside the simulation, thus activating the anomaly. If Trinity is part of an even bigger scheme plotted by the machines, this would explain her mysterious return in Matrix 4, because Neo couldn't have become the one without Trinity. For more information about what is the Biological Interface Program and what became of Trinity in Matrix Online, check out the YouTube channel Vesuvius MXO. This channel is dedicated to everything related to the Matrix Online MMO. The link will be in the description below. But do you agree? Will events from the Matrix Online influence Matrix 4? Will the Oracle's plan finally be revealed? Was Neo resurrected because of a reset code that was transferred to him through Trinity's kiss? Or was it a miracle? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.